Marketplace is supported by Putnam Investments, committed to helping families across America pursue their college savings goals. On the web at putnam.com/529. Produced in association with the University of Southern California.
'Tis the season, in case you hadn't heard. The quarterly flow of corporate profit reports today. No surprise, the banks are doing fine. Also, Walmart gets small, and Elmore Leonard on what makes a good bad guy. From American Public Media, this is Marketplace.
Marketplace is supported by Constellation Energy, committed to customer choice and powering America's clean energy future through investments in nuclear, wind, solar, and efficiency technologies. And by Progressive Insurance, helping people shop for car insurance at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
From the Frank Stanton Studios in Los Angeles, I'm Kai Ryssdal. Good to have you here on this Wednesday, everybody. It's the 13th of October today. And the fall 2010 bank earnings season began with a bang this morning. J.P. Morgan Chase beat everybody's guesses with a 23% increase in profits. It set aside less money for potential credit card losses because, the bank says, people are getting better at keeping up with their payments. However, profits from its investment banking business were down, as were returns from mortgage banking. Those are details that matter to J.P. Morgan and its shareholders. For the rest of us, big picture time. Marketplace's Jeremy Hobson has the story from New York.
Let's go back to 2007 with Karen Petru, managing partner at Federal Financial Analytics. I asked her, what were the top 3 things that big Wall Street banks were making their money on back then?
Subprime mortgages, generating fee income out of the retail banking line, and what I call structured finance.
Meaning all those crazy securitized mortgages and investment vehicles that it turns out aren't as much fun as the banks thought they were. Now, in 2010, Karen Petru, how are banks like J.P. Morgan spending their time?
Risk absorption and management, net interest margin management, and balance sheet rebuilding.
Translation, cleaning up the mess and making money on the difference in interest rates between what they borrow and what they lend. You know, the bank stuff of old Hollywood movies. Jamie Peters, a banking analyst at Morningstar, says the other things depressing earnings this quarter are new rules about how much cash banks have to hold in case of losses.
They're trying to navigate the waters of additional capital and yet at the same time trying to maintain profitability for their shareholders.
Which it appears they were able to do today, even in this new era of banking.
J.P. Morgan right now is a lot less profitable than they were pre-crisis, and they're a lot less profitable than they're going to be probably in a couple of years.
That, she says, is because in the third quarter of 2010, the credit crisis isn't in the rearview mirror for banks just yet. In New York, I'm Jeremy Hobson for Marketplace.
Wall Street traders were a happy group today. Higher corporate profits do tend to do that. And a few stocks got more attention than Apple. But if you want a slice, it's going to cost you $301.96 per slice or share at one point this morning. That makes the maker of the iPod, the iPad, and everything else the second most valuable company in the American economy as measured by market capitalization. Only ExxonMobil beats it. And that is a pretty lofty position to be in. So we asked Marketplace's Elisa Roth to explain exactly why market cap matters.
A quick refresher. Market cap is essentially how much a company is worth. It's the number of shares times the stock price. In Apple's case, that total is $275 billion.
Well, what it represents is the public opinion poll of the market.
James Angel is a finance professor at Georgetown's Business School.
It says that the market thinks this company is really valuable, and the market thinks this company is going to generate lots of sales and cash flows for many years to come.
Angel says all that confidence is nice, but it can be daunting. He says if he were Apple, he'd be nervous right now about living up to expectations.
They've had so many successes that will the market be disappointed if their next creative endeavor is not the great smashing success that the iPhone has been?
What the size of a company's market capitalization can't tell you is how well a company's run or how successful it's going to be. After all, General Motors was once among the largest cap stocks in the country. Jim Paulson is chief investment strategist at Wells Capital Management. He says large cap companies